Hello, hello. Welcome to today's messages. The sun is shining on us. Yes. What a powerful time to be alive. Every day an opportunity to further evolve into exactly who we are meant to. And look for the confirmations. The energy of confirmation tells us that our consciousness is developing rapidly. Everything we think is actually confirmed. If we think or live based on fear, this fear will indeed be confirmed. Develop your power of thought and create what you really want. Then it will be your wishes that are confirmed. Yes. Yes. Beautiful. We love a good confirmation because there's a knowing and then there's a knowing, right? And we can know, but then when our knowing is confirmed, it's like, now we know, you know? There's a difference. Okay, so look at that. I got a blister. Ooh, it's a candle wax blister. Dang it. Candle wax is hot. So yeah, this energy that has been coming up for me lately has been a purge, physical purge, all kinds of things coming out. So don't judge it, don't hold on to it, just observe and let it pass through and, give your body whatever it tells you that it needs, right? Okay, we've got a laguz. And that is about going with the flowing, I think. Okay, floating in the great waters, this tiny seahorse feels the currents, ebbs, and flows in this great universal ocean of life. And in her softly shifting dream state, she knows the unity of all life and the connection that flows through past, present, and future. In her world, water is everywhere, pervading all things, the living energy source of everything. She is the symbol of the unconscious, of visible life forces, the dream state, and hidden aspects of the self. Ooh. Laguz is a powerful rune in the way water is powerful, fluid, and ever changing. It calls you to release the struggle and go with the flow. Spend time in meditation and allow your deeper intuitive state to speak to and guide you. Laguz reminds you that on life's journeys, not all can be controlled, and change is the only constant. Without change, life becomes stagnant. And we don't want no stagnant waters, okay? Flow, memory, dreams, the unconscious, fate, and karma. Beautiful. Yes, karma needs to be released. It's just like emotions, right? You need to feel it to heal it. Karma needs to be paid in order to be released. And so when karma hits, just be like, okay, this is something from my past life or previous self that I had put out and now it's coming back to me, right? This is why we make conscious choices to choose love, to maintain and hold love, because then you build love karma. What you put out comes back to you. Just think about that, right? What you put out comes back to you. So what are you putting out? What are you putting out there? And why, right? What's your motivation? Somebody could, help people, but they can be doing it because it makes them feel wanted or gives them some sort of validation. Oh, you're such a nice person because you're helping me. But I've also seen people helping people beyond necessary, right? Like the teaching a fish, no, giving a fish versus teaching to fish, right? The giving a fish makes a person dependent on you. You have to go back to them every day to get another fish, right? So that person, even though they're helping you by giving you fish, they are doing it out of their own need to fulfill something within themselves, right? If you teach somebody to fish, then them coming back to you is because they choose to, not because they feel they have to, because they owe you something, or because they're dependent on you, right? See the difference? Yes, you know the difference. You know the difference. Okay. Let's tap into the energies of today and see what come what may for us today. What are we talking about here? Okay, these are the cards we're going to use. So let's see. We've got protection. Yeah, protect yourself, okay? And your energy always. This is you standing in your truth, okay? You are an unstoppable, unmovable force. This is you not needing to chase, to over explain, to make yourself like you don't have to convince anybody, right? Somebody comes up to you and they're like, I can you move? I need to get past you. You can just stand there and your whole presence is signaling, no, you're not going through this way, right? Yes. And I think that's a powerful stance, right? You're recognizing the value of your energy, and not everything deserves it, right? For your energy to flow in that direction. Okay. Yes, boundaries. Wow. Okay. So I'm getting, yes, go with the flow, but also protect your space, your mind, your etherical body. Etherical? Is it etherical? Okay, sometimes words don't make sense to my brain when I say it out loud. All of your bodies, okay? Your emotional, your spiritual, your mental, and your physical. This is internal and external boundaries, right? We can have boundaries for ourselves. We can recognize when we're heading in a direction that isn't best serving us physically, mentally, emotionally, all of the above, right? And so creating boundaries like, nope, we don't need to go that way. We've been down that way before and we know where it leads, right? Wow, this has been one of your major takeaways from your transformation process. Okay, your visit to the shadow realms. This is your recognition of being one who didn't have boundaries, who didn't know how to stand firm, right? This is the cocoon, or the going in, healing, self-healing process that emerges from just being beaten, used, and abused one too many times, right? Every betrayal, every abandonment, every thing that has been done to you or allowed to be done to you by yourself, just from not knowing better, right? These all became walls that we fortified around ourselves. And some people get stuck in their own fortification, that they become alienated and isolated. And even though a certain level of isolation is necessary for the transformation process, not everybody emerges, period. Not everyone emerges a butterfly, period, right? It is quite a process of becoming. And so this is a good time to not only recognize how far you've come, your transformation process, but a real look at where you're coming from. Sometimes we can lose sight because we're just so fixed on each step going forward, and we're moving forward and we're like, okay, we're here now. But sometimes it's important to look back, if only to recognize and celebrate and acknowledge how far we've come. Okay. What else? What else? This one. And you've become a queen of hearts. Okay. This is beautiful. This is you're transforming. This is you coming out as a butterfly, okay? And you can't do this when you have everybody and anybody pulling on your energy, tugging on your space, interfering with your cocooning process. Oh, okay. We got death that came out. This is your transformation. This is the transformation that you have achieved. Okay, you've transformed, you've put to death that version of self that over-explained, chased after crumbs, and your limiting beliefs, your overthinking, overanalyzing, all of the things that we used to do, okay, before there was boundaries, before there was self-acknowledgement of our own protection. This is the transformation. Now we are mindful of the things that we think and speak and put out into this world, because we know that it comes back to us. And we only want the gorgeous, amazing, loving, beautiful things to come back, okay? So we have developed a very strong connection with self, with the earth, with our intuition. This is a spiritual practice. This is a meditation. This is a quieting of self. This is also patience and faith, right? And then this judgment here, this transformation, everything that you had gone through to transform this is like the bells, the angel bells or horns that awaken the new version of you, that give birth to it, blows the resonant life force of the new into you so that you can emerge in your gorgeous, beautiful selfness. In your gorgeous, beautiful selfness. Okay, this one. That's where your strength, okay, you came out stronger. And this is that acknowledgement to how far you've come, because it was the struggle that made you strong, right? The butterfly must struggle out of its cocoon that it put itself into in order to develop the muscles necessary to be able to fly. Struggle is an important part, right? It's just like in the last reading. To become a diamond, you must endure the pressure. Otherwise, you just remain coal. Okay, that's the work. The work in becoming, the work in strengthening, the work in evolving and expanding. And that's beautiful. And it's continuous. We do levels of this over and over again because we are constantly expanding and evolving, right? The snake never ceases shedding its skin because it constantly grows. Okay. And we've got the moon. This is things that are unseen yet to be revealed. Okay. And the King of Wands could have something to do with it, but I'm going to put the King of Wands over here because we've got a beautiful balance between the masculine and the feminine, the heart space and the action, the inner knowing, the inner core center, and taking action upon things. You can't just be in this state of knowing without taking action. Even if it's, things are showing up for you, you still have to reach out and pick it up to claim it, right? There's still levels of action necessary in the evolution, in the expansion, in the receiving. Think of it like consent, right? You have to consent through your action. Okay. So here we've got the release of the old things and the concentrating your focus on the things that you still have. Let those old things go. Okay, so this may have been part of the transforming work process. Is this too shall pass. Everything changes, everything evolves. Beautiful friendships and relationships sometimes have a timeline, and it could be like a bittersweet, but you need to keep moving forward, keep nurturing the relationships that you have, and let the other ones fall as they may, right? Just like autumn is the perfect time to witness the cyclical nature of release. It happens every year, right? The trees show us to not remain attached to its version of self that existed in the summer, right? Okay. This is the world that you create. Okay, this is the balancing of all of the things, the masculine and feminine, the light and the shadow, the past with the present, the heart with the doing, the heart with the doing. Okay, this is the introspection, and look at all of these, and the chariot here. Look at all of the blue. Okay, so it's making me think of that water, that going with the flow, and speaking your truth, throat chakra. Okay, this is the chariot talks about the movement of things, picking up strength as you recognize those things that need to be released within and without, right? This is the self-reflection. This is the going within. This is the hard look in, the check-in with your heart and what is best serving you or not. This is the process that determines what needs to be released and what doesn't. Okay. And we've got the King of Pentacles with the Sun. Okay. So we've got the Sun and the Moon, which is a beautiful, beautiful balance here. Things yet to be revealed, things still left in the dark, things going through their phases, right? But the Sun represents all of the life-giving joy, light shining, positivity, gorgeousness. This is all efforts. You can't fail. You can't fail. This is the let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shining. Yes. Okay. And the King of Pentacles. This is being a master in the physical realm. Okay. Gorgeous. You are a master in the physical realm. You are one capable of reaching up and plucking stars from the sky, planting them in the earth, and growing more, right? Like, this is a beautiful groundedness that only the pentacles can bring. Okay. And in this could be like a position that you have in the real world that grounds and centers you and makes you feel whole. Okay. And then we've got the 10 of Cups coming out, which is the Sun, which is this glorious achievement, this end game accomplishment. This is your sovereignty. This is your emotional regulation. This is you getting to a place where you are a master of your own. You are no longer controllable. You are no longer manipulatable. You are no longer susceptible to low frequency energies, people, situations. You have a quick turnaround game. And that is a beautiful thing, right? You're no longer wallowing. You're not addicted to the wallows. Okay, you are now claiming joy and love in every moment, whenever possible. You are in this state of self-reflection where you're like, oh, how am I feeling right now? Oh, I'm feeling a little low. What do I need to do to change that? What can I employ? What can I focus on to lift my heart, lift my spirits, lift my mind out of anything that may be heavy, dense, or low, right? And that is your power. That's your power, because regardless of what's going around you in the physical realm, you are seeking and choosing the love and the light regularly, and that is beautiful. Okay, let's ask the crystals for a couple cards. We've got 13 and 4. Beautiful. Okay, 13 in the tarot is the death and transformation card, or is it the devil? I can't remember actually. I won't contribute it to the tarot because these are the crystals. Balance. Beautiful. Confirmation. Okay, we got the sun and the moon. There's nothing more balanced than that. Time, personal space, and achievement. You are often pulled in many different directions as you go about daily life and may feel overwhelmed by the demands on your time. This card signals the need for balance. Review your current situation and assess your priorities and motivations. Have you been spending too much time in one area of your life at the expense of another? What is needed to correct that balance? Be gentle with yourself as you search out the motivations behind your actions. Creating a life of balance is an ongoing process that changes with time. Your friends, family, work, spirituality, and personal aspirations are all areas within which to participate, grow, and feel joy. Take the time to have fun and play within all the areas of your life. Yes, all of them. All of them. And oneness, creation, unity, and divine connection. The loving energy of the divine creator is present throughout the universe, and you are celebrated for reaching new levels of growth and understanding. In exploring your connection to all things, you have gained insight and clarity into the true nature of reality. From this viewpoint, you can perceive the natural cycles of life as the universe expands and contracts throughout eternity. This realization is the path towards profound personal peace. Release any lingering doubts or restricting beliefs that separate you from the oneness of all things. You are guided to journey with your heart and feel the underlying energy flowing throughout the universe. May your light shine brightly with love as you enjoy the rediscovery of your true nature. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Yes, confirmations. Love it. We'll love it. We'll take it. Beautiful. Okay, let's get a couple or one mushroom card for a little guidance from the mycelium network. Mycelium. Okay, that's all the mushrooms in the world. Okay, we got the rosy bonnet. We've got shiitake and the blue pink gill. Look at this pink and blue here. Speaking of balance. Speaking of the balance between the masculine and feminine, although I always feel like masculine pinks are actually better for masculine and blue is actually better for feminine. I just feel like the calmingness power of pink hues would be really balancing for masculine energy, right? That feminine. Okay, 32. There are similarities at play. Where do you need to look more closely at the finer detail? There is something you might not be noticing, and when you understand what you are really looking for, it will be easier to find. You might be making an assumption about something or someone and aren't really seeing the full picture. Make sure you do your research and due diligence in this matter. Really give it a lot of thought. When you are certain what you need to look for, put it into action. Okay, go into the heart before putting into action. Okay, this is how you master the material realm. This card might also mean that you need to help others see what is before them and show them how to look for similarities so they too can find exactly what they are searching for. It could be time to define what you are looking for. Are you being a bit too vague and need to really look at the finer details? Only when we truly define what it is that we want can we manifest it in our lives. Don't be fooled by appearances either. Someone may be trying to be something they are not. There might not be anything wrong with that, but it's always good to understand why. Not everything is as it seems, but that is not always something to be worried about. Keep your wits about you and see what's really in front of you. Looks can be deceiving, yes. And maybe that was part of your transformation process, is this, like, I know narcissists, they love bomb, right? They put their best face on first, and they come at you and they spellbind you in all of their love bomby facading ways, and then you let them into your inner spaces, and then the mask slips and you're like, oh my god, who is this? Where am I? What's going on? Right? Okay. And this is something you have evolved from or are in process of evolving from. You are no longer being mesmerized or hypnotized by the facade, by the outward. You are going into the heart and feeling. What does this feel like? Because vibes don't lie. Okay. Then we've got 3. Something or someone in your life needs nourishment. Nourishment comes in many forms, from the food you eat to the things that make your heart sing. Are you replacing the energy you are expending, or are you becoming worn out? Are you attending to your garden and to your inside environment as well as your what? And to your inside environment as well as your internal? You cannot completely nourish your soul if you are starving somewhere else in your life. Are you yearning for something? Is there a hole that needs filling or a project that needs more attention given to it? Take stock of the areas in your life that need more nourishment, whether physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, or creative. Make a note of what needs more attention in your life and nourish it. Maybe you need to put more nourishment into your relationships with people, pets, plants, or yourself. Ask yourself, who or what is missing out? What can I give more of? Is there a project you have started that needs more of your attention? Every project that is started and not finished still holds a part of your energy attached to it. It may be time to complete all those unfinished projects and nourish what you started to completion. If you don't know where to start, nourish yourself in such a way that you know how to. When you notice where the gaps in your life are, you can take action to change them, making you feel more whole. Okay, there was a few words that tripped me up in there, but that's okay. The essence is this self-reflection, this inner going in. How are you feeling? What are you focusing on? Is it things that you have no control over that needs to be released, or are they things that you are grateful for that you actually still have? Yes, okay. And 18, blue pink gill. the blue pink gill. Being a rarity doesn't necessarily mean that people fail to notice you. In fact, it can be quite the opposite. As seen in the blue pink gill, standing out can be beautiful when you look different from everything around you. Everyone serves a purpose, even if you don't understand what it is yet. Your purpose may be big, it may be small, but size doesn't equate to bigger and better. The simple act of seeing the beauty in what is in front of you has an effect on the larger scale. Yes, this is that karma I was talking about, right? Your ability to focus. Like, think of your focus as your vote, right? Everything you focus on, you're voting on. Everything you focus on, you are sending a message to the universe to bring you more of that. So what are you focusing on? Okay. Do you know what your purpose is? Do you see the beauty in your rarity? For there are incredibly complex pieces that make up your whole. Rarity is beautiful, and rarity is not always unique. There will always be others just like you, so you can still find your tribe. By being rare, you deter what you don't want finding you. You stand untouched by those who would normally try to take you down. You go unnoticed to some, but noticed by others. Blue was always a hard color to come by in olden days, and therefore something only royalty could obtain. What is your uniqueness, and how can you utilize it to stand out in the sea of the same? Stand tall and proud and enjoy being something special. This is that self-acknowledgement, right? How far you've come. Not everybody survives the trials and tribulations of becoming. Okay, so the fact that you have is something of its own to be acknowledged. Yes. Okay, we're going to take a couple of these because I feel like it's been a while since we pulled any. Oh, it's a mystery. Since we pulled any of these cards. Okay, we'll do 3. We've got stillness. This is how you go into the heart. This is how you listen to the quiet, subtle murmur of your intuition and your inner knowing. Okay, this is an important part of the checking in to see before you take action, right? Then we have breathe. Okay, when you have stilled the chaos, breathe. Focus on your breath. Get yourself into a calm, still, breathful state, and then let the answers come to you. And forgive yourself, okay? Forgive those versions of self who didn't know how to do this, didn't know how to take the time. Forgive those versions of people that you interact with who or interacted with who contributed to your transformation and your growth. Everybody plays a role in everyone else's story. And so send them love and gratitude and send them on their way, right? You don't want to hold on to resentment because that only poisons and affects your pool. And you want a clear, gorgeous pool of love and light and abundantness. Okay? Yes. Okay. Maybe not these guys. Let's do a golden card and then we'll call it a day. Let's get a golden card. How are we to move forward from this knowing space? Okay. The path diverges ahead, and while only one branch may be picked, all paths have merits. Pick any option. Success will follow. Okay, and that's exactly it. No matter which way you choose to go, as long as you are employing the things that you have learned up until now, you will find success. You will radiate and bring this energy everywhere you go, right? Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shining. Yes, beautiful. Okay. Here's your balance of the earthly realms with the water realms. This is your balance of your emotion and your action, right? The wands is air, or the wands are fire. Okay. But oxygen fuels fire. Okay, let's just go with it. And then the cups, the water, right? The emotional realm. And this balance. Now I get the balance because this shell makes me think of sun rays, and this one, the star, right? But they're ocean dwellers. So this is that as above, so below kind of gorgeousness. Okay. And this flow state of allowing and checking in, letting your emotions be your indicator, your compass, your heart. Let your heart be your compass. Okay, there's the confirmation of going within and checking out, checking within, checking your heart. Literally, picture you going down through your third eye into your throat chakra, down. You're in a little elevator, you're miniature, and you're just sinking right into your heart space. The elevator door opens up, and your heart is beautifully, warmly, safely enrobed in flames. And this is the God flame. This is your inner connection to source. And while you're there, feel the warmth, feel the love, the protection, and ask it your questions, right? Yes. Okay. This is the new transformed you, this butterfly that is taking off to fly. Okay. You're busting free of the old confines that was you, and you are emerging as a new, more capable and beautiful version of self. Okay. Who's magical and connected to their higher self and intuition. Your magic, that is your gateway to your magic, is through your heart. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful heart. Okay, there's the reading for today. I hope there was some good stuff in there. I think there was. You got the sun and the moon balance, you got confirmations galore, you got success no matter which way you choose, because you're in this empowered place from emotional regularity and living through your heart space. That's where your strength is. It's just, you can't choose wrong. Your forward momentum now is of love and light and joy and freedom, and that is gorgeous. So roll with the flow with the roll. No, go with the flow. Yes. And be your gorgeous, high vibing self. Okay. Love you, appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.